Facebook ads for realtors in 2024 are dead. My name's Aaron Chandra, founder of Lead Gen Pros, and in this video we're going to be covering the few reasons why Facebook ads for realtors are dead, and if you're still running Facebook ads, the couple things that you need to do to ensure you see success, or alternatively, the other methods you should be using or considering to use in your business if you want to generate more leads, more appointments, more listings, and more transactions for 2024. So let's get right into it. So in this video, we're going to cover firstly why Facebook ads are dead, what to do with your existing Facebook ads if you're still running them, and what the alternatives are out there to generate more leads and at a better cost per acquisition. So at our agency, we manage about 5 figures monthly for a few dozen realtors across North America, running a variety of ads on Facebook, Google, YouTube, all sorts of things. And here's what I've realized with Facebook ads over time. Now, Facebook as a platform is generally just getting more and more saturated. Marketing lingo for more realtors using the platform. As a result, since more realtors are using it, consumers are starting to see the same generic ads that most realtors are running. And as a result of that, since more consumers are seeing the same ads, your CPM, your cost per mil, meaning how many impressions you're getting, is getting more expensive in certain markets. And as a result, your lead cost is increasing. Right? So as a summary, on Facebook, what I've been seeing over time here, and if you talk to a lot of other agencies, I'm sure they'd agree with me, but Facebook is seeing more competition, realtors are running the same generic ads, and lead costs are just skyrocketing, right? Now, from an agency perspective, here's what happens. If you're running Facebook ads over a prolonged period of time, and I'm not even talking that long, like we're talking 3 to 6 months here, it requires a lot of split testing in terms of ad graphics and ad creatives over time, which just results in inconsistent lead cost. Now, I just pulled up an ad graphic here, actually, that's a live example of one of my clients who are running seller leads for out in Atlantic, Canada. And if you look at this graphic here, I know it's a little bit small, but you'll see we were generating leads for just under $12 per seller lead. Now, we duplicated that ad campaign to double the budget to $20 a day, and lo and behold, the lead cost skyrocketed to $43, even though it's the exact same ad graphics, same targeting, same placements, and everything else. So scaling Facebook ads at a consistent level becomes pretty challenging. Now, most realtors, if you're running your own ads at this point, chances are you probably haven't ran them for this long or don't run them in a way an agency does where you're split testing ads and so forth. We'll talk a little bit more about that in this video in terms of some suggestions for you. But that's a big challenge from an agency perspective in terms of being able to forecast the lead flow over a prolonged period of time. It's just not consistent. So now we're going to get into 4 key tips that if you are still going to run Facebook ads, here, in my opinion, 4 things that you need to do if you want to see success. Every single realtor talks about Facebook ads suck, and that's because 99% of the time there's so many mistakes they're making, it just derails their campaign. So here are 4 things to do if you are going to consider running Facebook ads for your business. So tip number 1 is you need to stop using the same generic ad copy that every other realtor is using. Many realtors run the classic, hey, custom homes list in X area under Y price. And while they're doing that as well, they're lying about, hey, for example, in Toronto or Brampton, for example, I spoke to a realtor the other day who said, hey, I'm running an ad for a homes list for homes under $699. And I told him, I said, hey, are there even homes under $699? And he's like, no. And he asked me, like, why am I getting terrible lead quality? And if you lie to your prospects at the very beginning of your funnel, that's just inviting a low quality prospect, right? So as a side note there, don't lie to your prospects right off the bat. Right? So tip number 1, just switch up your ad copy, right? Tip number 2 is make sure you run split tests. So a split test is just running a different version of your ad over a certain period of time and seeing which ad set performs the best. In terms of things that you can split test, that's the ad copy, the ad graphics, the targeting in terms of who's actually going to see your ad, and then your placements, meaning where is your ad actually going to show up. For example, Facebook feeds, Instagram feeds, and so forth. If you look at my example photo above here, just as a side note, this client has been with us for about 3 months now. We've had 17 different ad sets at just going at any given time, right? Most realtors will only have 1 ad set. So that's an indication that you need to run more testing to see what's going to work in your specific market. Tip number 3, this is really important, and I think this is what separates a lot of the realtors who see success with social media and those who do not. So you're going to want to incorporate video ads to some degree. Now, Facebook is still great for generating brand awareness because everybody's on the Facebook ecosystem in that they're on Facebook or Instagram. So if you're running video ads on there, it's great because you're going to have prospective clients seeing that, as well as friends and family members and even other realtor friends, right? Saying, hey, Aaron, I saw your video on Facebook, looks great. Now, if you're not comfortable on camera, as many realtors are not, you can also use a static image on the front end, right? So that's the image that's going to be shown to a prospect on Facebook or Instagram. And then when they click off, consider using a landing page like ClickFunnels or Go High Level, and you can have a video on the back end. And that can be casual selfie style video, because that way you don't need to be as refined on camera, right? And that way you're still getting your face out there, but just to the people who click your ad. And this brings me to my 4th point here is consider using a landing page or website funnel instead of Facebook lead forms. Now, one of the biggest complaints that realtors tell me all the time, and if you talk to your realtor friends who run Facebook ads, 100% they'll agree, is lead quality on Facebook can suck. Chances are they're probably running lead form ads. Now, when you run a lead form ad, that's just the generic Facebook ad that, or the lead form ad that Facebook lets you do, where you can autofill your information. So it'll just say name, email, phone number, and a prospect can basically tap your ad and it will just autofill their information. So the intent there is actually really low. Versus when you have a website or a separate funnel, the prospect will actually have to re-enter their name, email, and phone number. As a result, your lead quality will increase. So those are 4 tips on the Facebook side. Now, if you're exploring other alternatives and just other platforms in general to get more leads, more appointments, and more sales, here are the trends that I'm seeing for 2024. So what you should consider doing is look into the Google ecosystem. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. But firstly, Google is very effective in the right markets. And when I say that, Google, I'm referring to pay-per-click at this point. Pay-per-click is really, really good because you can actually now target people not only based on location, but also keyword search intent. So for example, people who are searching to sell their home in Edmonton or sell my home in Calgary, what's my home worth in Calgary? Things along those lines. Now, that targeting there is far better than Facebook, who's basically just showing your ad to some people who have expressed some interest in buying or selling your home, but Google has in-market audiences. So you can really target somebody very specifically in terms of their intent, right? The challenge here, though, is since Google PPC has been around for so long, in certain markets, like if you're talking like in Ontario, anything in Ontario, certain, Vancouver, Lower Mainland, right? Certain areas in Canada, or if you're in the States, those California, Florida, New York, San Fran, they're super saturated markets as well. And Google PPC uses a bidding system. So the more people that are trying to bid for those keywords, the higher each click is going to cost. So as a result, you're going to get likely higher quality leads, but the lead cost is also going to be quite a bit higher, right? So this leads us to option number 2, and honestly, I'm pushing a lot of my clients this way for 2024, is going to be YouTube ads. So YouTube ads are really, really, really great because you get to take advantage of the same great targeting that Google offers. And if you didn't know this, which most people do, but Google owns YouTube, you can get hyper targeted with your specific location targeting. And Google, again, also has something called in-market audiences. So again, you can actually see if somebody is a homeowner or if somebody's a renter based on their search history. Google actually gives you that information. So for example, for our clients right now, we're actually running campaigns to get them more listings. We're targeting specifically homeowners in certain areas only. The other added benefit here is with YouTube ads, you're getting your brand out there, you're getting your face out there and actually getting yourself out in front of these prospects. YouTube is such an unsaturated platform. Nobody's on here because, again, most agencies will opt for Facebook ads, because they're the easiest to run, or they'll opt for Google ads or Google PPC because they've been around for so long. But YouTube is relatively new from an advertising standpoint, and many realtors just don't want to put themselves out there on camera. So as a result, the barrier to entry is kind of high, and that leaves saturation really, really low. So as a result, you can get really high quality leads on YouTube because you're taking advantage of the same targeting that Google gives us, basically, right? So a couple reasons there, just to summarize this entire video. Make a couple changes to your existing Facebook campaigns by running video, or by using a landing page, or just not using generic ads. Consider using other alternatives like Google PPC if you're in maybe a mid-sized market. Not super small markets like under 100K population. It's going to be difficult to see traction there. But definitely do look at YouTube ads as a great strategy for 2024 because they're extremely unsaturated and the lead quality is really, really high. So if you watched this far in the video, hopefully you enjoyed it. We are actually offering a free 15-minute phone consult with myself. So if you're looking for some direction or some guidance on a great strategy for you, your team, your brokerage for 2024, check out the description and you can actually book a free 15-minute consult with me where I'll actually take a look at your existing strategy, what ads you're running, and provide some guidance for how we can get you more business in 2024. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in the next one.